Hello friends, welcome back to my gaming channel New York. So let's continue on our gameplay walkthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn The Frozen Wilds. So far we have completed this tall neck here and we are supposed to go to our objective over here, find the shaman's path. So on the way there is this objective also waterlogged. So I will go here since it's on the way only. Let's call in a ride. Okay, let's ride out. Everything is because of the snow. Nothing can be seen up ahead. Nothing is properly visible because of the snow. Now let's get moving.
This must be the ruin Aloy was talking about. Deep in. Flooded too, like she said. Smells. Probably came from somewhere upriver. Follow the river, find its source. Seems simple enough. Must be the entrance to this den.
Follow the river upstream. Okay, let's follow the river. I don't need a code, I need those. What was the other name? I forgot. I see a data point up here. Return to Singapore. Okay. As the waters recede, people return. Singapore, May 5, 2043. The large pink tinted rock marks the summit of Bukit Timah Hill, Singapore's highest point at one time 164 meters above sea level. Charmaine Low records a self-hollow next to the rock, her bright smile contradicted by nervous fidgeting with her prismatic fake nails and 30s style subdermal jewelry. I thought I would never see this place again. I still can't believe it's real, she marvels. Proud Bukit Timah has stood firm against time and weather, but the rest of Singapore has fared less well, with approximately a third of the island nation at less than 5 meters above sea level. Singaporeans like Charmaine were forced to abandon their homes as inexorable waters leached away their foundations throughout the snoring 20s. Now, the surviving members of the Charmaine family are returning alongside many others. As global temperatures and sea levels stabilize, people come by air or by water. Some seek refuge from the deleterious effects of the Citaram River tragedy, whose cost still reverberate today. Reverberate today. All hopes to build new lives atop the collapse of the once stable and All hope to build new lives atop the collapse of the once stable and prosperous country. Singapore represents one of the many states abandoned by their citizens in the aftermath of the heavy coastal flooding. Questions surrounding ownership are difficult to answer. Governments and law enforcement personnel fled far in advance of the country's devastation, and documentation of title is scattered at best. The plot of land on which Charmaine's childhood home once sat had belonged to the Low family for almost a data corrupted. Okay, looks like the snowing has now stopped. Follow the river upstream. Campfire discovered.
These mountains must be the ice rasps. The shaman's path begins somewhere up above.
Let's do a quick save here. So I have to keep following this river. What is this? Who knows? Let's keep
There.
following.
That must be where the water's coming from. Looks like something the old ones built.
Okay, let's get there and see what we have there. Another campfire discovered. Okay, there is a data point in here. It is somewhere in here. It looks good. There it is. Emissions Joyride. To Shelley Guerrilla-McKenzie from Laura Vogel. Subject: Emissions Joyride. Okay girl, you were never going to guess what happened on my way home last night. First thing, I heard this sound like a herd of killer bees escaping out of a tin can. Then there was this weird light through the trees. I was totally hoping it was aliens, but nah. It was one of those old blue spectrum LEDs. Looked super creepy on the snow. As I got closer, I heard some Yahoo letting out their weird guttural man shrieks, as if he were doing some macho primal scream therapy, with 1,000 RPMs between his legs. Said Yahoo was none other than Todd Blevins, our new director of security, or whatever his $20 title is. He was actually riding an old snowmobile. They are like 1,000 times more polluting than a combustion era car. My expert professional opinion, Blevins is a grade A douche cano. I decided not to stick the security board on his flabby rear. After all, he is practically our boss for the next 2 weeks. But Shells, you might wanna take a bathroom break now because you are going to lose it when you find out what I did instead. I was standing right near one of the trail signs and could hear Blevins was headed for me. So I reprogrammed the sign to swap direction between the Fairy Falls and the Purple Mountain. Wicked, right? You never get a snowmobile up there. I hope he bailed out hard and had to walk back to the lodge. Yes, I'll be filling my very first incident report right before this whole thing shuts down forever. I could let it slide like usual, but then where's the fun, Shells? Where is the fun? Okay, I got 4 skill points. So let's upgrade one of the skills. Mount repair. And only one left. Dismount strike. So this is some kind of a ruin. Since this is kind of a ruin, I am just checking this place a bit for data points. Don't mind me. I do like exploring a bit here and there. What do we have here?
I guess the old ones like the
Animal
animals.
figurine. Okay, I found a figurine. There are 6 of these. Depicts a lithy predatory animal. Inscribed 2 of 7 in commemoratives. Set C 2042 Montana Recreations. Trade at Hollow Hall for valuable viewers. So I guess coming here actually paid off. Okay, now let's move towards our objective.
Well, somebody wanted in. Nearly blew this entire ledge off just to get through the door.
Okay.
Flooding detected. Evacuation recommended. Overflow basin compromised.
The overflow basin. Is that the dip?
Let's see what we find here.
Looks like a control center. What happened in here to start the water flowing?
Looks like so. Looks like just another ruin.
I should be able to shut this place down from here. Someone made a mess of this. If I had the right parts, I'll bet I could get it working again.
I have to look for the right part. Okay?
Another holographic interface. There must be some kind of code. Maybe I should try scanning objects in this area. A piece is missing. Not getting in here without it. And there's our troublemaker. Doesn't seem to be as good at getting out as he is at getting in.
Okay, there is a data point over here. Secret show. Audio data point.
Alright, so okay, like how do we want to start this farewell thingy? We might be the last Satchel people to ever see this place. Yeah. It's, you know, so.
Okay. In our original, the audio data points were the last, right? Yeah. So here in the frozen voice data points there are texts too. Dear nobody, as far as I can tell, that's who's going to read this. This spooky guy showed up today with that creep Blevins to take measurement of our workstation. And next week they start installing Pharaoh servitors to do our jobs. Bye bye Shelly. Bye bye Laura. See you never. Hope you enjoy basic income. God, it's going to be weird to say goodbye to this place. When Teen and I split, this was all I had. Thank God a job where I could sit at a panel and press buttons and fry all day. Which I think is why we are doing this, hiding the tapes of our rehearsals in the dam. These tapes are our memories, our ghosts. Through them, we get to haunt this place, keep it human in some small way. This control room was where I was sitting when Laura came in and dragging an old practice amp and a guitar behind her. Shells, she said. Girl, so I was looking at schematics for this place and I found this perfect practice space. The acoustics in this place. Seriously bonkers, like echoing through the entire valley kind of bonkers. Legit, you are going to soil yourself when you see it. I remember asking, practice space? Peace, Shell.
Can my focus show me anything?
Okay, I have to pry open this
That
door.
Oseram must have forced his way through here.
I don't suppose you'd tell me. Would ya?
I am a stepmom.
Snapma probably couldn't fit through the door. Or climb to the door. Or understand the function of doors.
Probably they would.
Alright, you're either here to rescue me or you're an uncharacteristically small and clever Snapma.
Anything else, sir?
Imagine you entirely. On the off chance you're not the result of my scolding talk, little help?
I'm just taking fun of what he's saying.
I don't wish to rush you, potentially imaginary rescuer. Take your time, of course. I'm happy to accommodate.
I just want to hear you speaking funny.
Would that I can tell you this is my first time getting stuck mid-delve. No such luck, I'm afraid. Usually I have to get myself out of these predicaments, so you can imagine my relief. I once spent 2 days wandering a ruin before I found an exit. 2 full days! This current arrangement of ours is preferable, of course. Not much wandering room in here. After all this anticipation, I'm even more excited to make your acquaintance than I was when I first heard you out there.
I must have more room.
Although if I might permit myself to be frank, I would prefer a little more expedience. Help! I've become trapped somehow.
This is starting from beginning again.
I'll buy the forge. I'm pleased to hear another person stomping about in here.
Okay, the same thing. This says.
Are you alright?
You don't know how happy you just made me. For a moment, I thought my fire was snuffed. The forge gone cold. But nope. Not old Gildun.
You're welcome. Wait. Start from the beginning. What are you doing down here?
Ow! My apologies. When you mostly talk to yourself, you can tell your stories in whatever order you like. There's an artifact in that storage room I simply must acquire. But as you may have noticed, the door won't budge. I took one of those roundish, ringy what's-its from the wall beside the door. No luck. So I had to go with that panel with the button. Even less luck. My gentle experimentation caused the chamber to flood. So I pushed the button again, perhaps a little too enthusiastically. Sparks and smoke. Now, obviously, I came here to investigate. My cautious footsteps may have contributed slightly to the collapse of a bridge. When the bridge began to collapse, I may have, for the sake of expedience, abandoned the cumbersome ringy what's-it to the waves. By the time I thought to give up the endeavor, the door had closed behind me. And thusly do we come to the present moment.
Artifact?
You said something about an artifact?
Indeed. That storage room is brimming with treasures from the old ones, but one in particular caught my eye. An intricate looking glass. I've only seen one such device before. My old mom brought one back for me from wherever she'd gone to that time. I remember holding it, staring into its face, seeing myself and my mother just over my shoulder, smiling.
And one of these looking glasses. It's in the storage room.
Oh, yes, I'm quite sure. I peered into that dim little chamber, and there it was. I've wanted to find one for so long. Yes, this time I'm sure I have.
Ring?
Well, there's no way we're getting into that storage room without another ring. It's part of the locking mechanism that controls the door.
You don't say. Well, that's fantastic news. Marvelous, even. You've got two hands. I've got two hands. Perfect. My savior, my salvation, and if you like, why wouldn't you? Of course you will. My accomplice. Together, that ring is as good as ours, and with it, the storage room and its spoils.
Didn't you say you dropped the ring in the water?
Well, I'll grant you that adds a heretofore undiscussed level of complexity to the proceedings.
Broken panel?
So you found the button that controls the flow of water.
Quite by accident.
And then you broke that button.
Also, quite by accident.
The panel's the only way to shut this place down, as far as I can tell. This isn't gonna be easy.
That storage room is filled, top to bottom. Would you be surprised to find the parts you need in there? I certainly wouldn't be.
Alright, I'll help.
So, we need to replace that ring and get into the storage room. Then I can fix the panel and shut this place down.
And I can finally wrap my fingers around that looking glass.
Okay, Gildun. How are we gonna get that ring?
2 sets of hands, girl. 2 sets of hands. Behind us lie a pair of enormous gates, but I believe the gates must be operated in tandem. Together, we can dry this place out.
Guess we better get started then.
I guess we better.
Follow through the...
With waters, no way I'd be able to swim.
He's a funny guy.
Up ahead, girl. See the valve? Time to put our hands to use. I'll take care of this one. There's another valve on the other side to lock the gate in place. Would you mind heading across and doing the honors?
nothing here.
The other valve is just across the edge. Raging flood waters.
Okay, I have to get through here. Maybe.
You know, I'm reminded of a delve I undertook out near the plain. Stone ruins, clouds tall and lake wide. There's been 15 levels to that monstrosity, but no walls. Great stone column bearing the weight of the level above. Stood out with row upon row of those enormous crusted out old-board trucks. You know the ones with the four wheels? I've breaking through 100 of those trucks. The only things I've ever seen inside are birds. Well, suppose that's what they were for, yeah? Maybe the old ones want to cart around the back.
Okay. I think I have got to the other side. I'm at
Marvelous! You made it! Now grab that valve and give it a spin.
On it.
Okay.
A little more now, and I should be able to get the blasted gate moving.
There. You should be able to lower the gate.
Ah, right you are! Now, when I get this gate down, you'll need to turn the valve again. Ought to lock this thing in place.
Okay.
One gate down.
Halfway through then, aren't we? To the second gate!
The first sluice gate is locked.
A ladder is a rare and special thing, girl. Can depend on it to take you exactly where you need to go and no further. I'd wager the valves for the second sluice gate are somewhere above us. How are we gonna get up there?
Looks like I could jump across on that rickety rusting platform. I'll find a way up.
It's falling.
Nice jump! Nice! What am I saying? That was stupendous! Never seen such absolute disregard for personal safety.
Thanks, I think.
Absolute disregard for personal safety. There's a data point here. Damn family.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! Caught sellouts and runaway cowards! We see cut. I forgot the words. Yeah. Shells, we started off so strong and they're all just imploded. Well, that's sort of my MO. No. Go heavy still. Switching gears. Band-Aid! We need one.
Damn family. Okay. Message text. Dear nobody. When I took this job, we had to watch this training hollow. And I remember probably 2% of the actual hollow. At some point, the hollow welcomed me to the damn family. And I felt like, hey, that was such a missed opportunity. Because that could have called it a... They could have called it a damily and chose not to. And B, the idea that I would ever think of any of the co-workers as family was pretty ridiculous. But then, one day, I looked up and automation had whittled 6 people down to just Laura and I was signing papers to dissolve the family I thought I had. And suddenly my last co-worker with her faded tattoos and perpetuated arched eyebrows was telling me jokes, making me listen to bands I had never heard of, and cheering me up when I cried. Things were really good when it was just the two of us. We used to have these theme days. One time, the sluice gates were open and we set up beach blankets on one of the catwalks in the intake tower and batted around the inflatable beach ball I had in my apartment for some reason. Laura messed around with emergency PA and patched in bunch of classical surf rock songs. We even put sunscreen on the bridges of our noses. Laura called it the concrete beach party. When Laura brought up brand names, I knew pretty much right away that they would be our name. Concrete beach party. There was never really any other choice. Okay, that's true.
Oh, you're close, girl. Just spring across the gap.
Easier said than done.
Ah, you're right above me. Just send that ladder on down.
Okay.
Look out below.
Now we've done this once before. Should be as easy as falling down a hole. If you take the valve on the other side.
It's set up the same way on this side. I should look for an access tunnel.
Let's go up here.
This is my sort of delve. 1,000 little problems to solve. A million minute and invisible facts. My father used to say, Gildun used to say, don't make delve harder than that delve is done half the time with campfires to put around. But my father was a great man. Dead wrong. He was a fighter because delve find yourself set, then unset. The faith can be get lost.
Gildun.
What was that? What did she hold on to? That was funny. There was nothing there and she was holding on like as if there were things to hold on. Nothing this side. Let's go to the other side.
Okay, Gildun, turn the valve.
It's not working! Damn thing's too heavy. Glance behind me, would you? See anything big and, broken?
Looks like part of the counterweight broke off. If I can get up there, my weight might be enough to get it moving again. Hang on, okay? I've got a plan. I need to get up higher. I could climb up that wreckage. That's pretty much what I do now.
I have to climb this, right? What's next?
I can't jump straight to the counterweight from here. But I could climb higher, get above it.
I like that climbing system. I know I have told that a lot of times. Okay, I have to wrap down to the counter.
The drop! Oh!
Control falling. Very close.
Going down. Almost low enough to jump.
You can make it! Let's see another one of those mad leaps!
Got it. We're good to go.
You were a sight to see. Bounding from metal rust trap to metal rust trap. Still a bit of water, but low enough, wouldn't you say? Now then, where's that ring?
Good question. Well, at least I should be able to swim now.
Snap maw! It's a snap maw! Very, very big snap maw!
I see it, Gildun.
Very big, very, very big!
Just stay out of the way.
Kill the snap on.
Forge, forgive me. What if that snap maw swallowed that ring we're after? Just gobbled it right up.
We'll find out after I've killed it. It's dead.
Marvelous. So, the ring.
You were right.
Maybe if you
This thing
pry
did
its
swallow the ring.
jaws up. That's the old Gildun intuition in action. It's never led me astray. Sure, its chosen routes can be a bit circuitous, but never mind. To the storage room. To the spoils.
Okay, I can see
What's in here?
data point
More
over
old
here.
world treasures, perhaps? This place is full of surprises. Should we have a look?
Didn't you want to get into the storage room?
I do, fervently. But, well, I got time to poke my nose in if you do.
Okay, let's see what is this about. Limited edition mark.
Okay, Shells. Shells, we're not focusing on that right now. Recording, okay? We're not even in the band meeting. Sort of counts as practice, right? Merch. We need merch. Stickers! You're not a real band until someone vandalizes government property with your sticker.
Colleagues, I have been asked to remind you that conversations determined to be irrelevant to servitor training are discouraged.
What were you saying about vandalizing government property?
Limited edition mark. Dear nobody, we spent an hour plastering our stickers all over the server. Well, I say stickers. They were sticky notes from my desk. We stole their presentation and design of other band logos, drawing little skulls and lightning bolts and broken hearts around the name. It's not like we had any actual work to do. When this began, we were told to be told we would be on-site advisors going through the motions of our duties so the servitors could mimic our action. But the government corporate creeps, same diff I guess, mostly ignored us or yelled at us for getting in their way. The roboscab's weird oval head kept swiveling towards us, and it kept asking, "Hello, is this relevant to my training?" As we tried to duck out its line of sight, ruining its strong finish with sticky notes and shushing each other's giggles. Afterwards, Laura stood in front of the thing and goes, "Servitor, this is very important. This is how you greet vivids, okay? It's a sign of immense respect." I mean, will the servitor actually give Vivian the finger? Probably not, right? But a girl can dream. Screw the man, Shelly. Okay, and I can see another one back here. Oh, this was just a door. I thought for all the while I thought it was a data point. Shit, man. As we come close to it, I realize it's just a door. I have to go up from here, but let's take this.
We drained enough water for what we need to do, but I wonder if I could empty out the whole dam. Pipes, valves. Maybe I can drain the rest of the water from here. My focus could find something I've missed. All right, time to get the flow going to the right place.
I say this as a man typically enamored of complexities, but this looks like it might be a little much for me.
Don't worry, I think I've got this.
Music to my ears. To each job, its proper tool. Toothpicks make horrible arrows, as the saying goes.
Okay, let's check this data point. This is the text one. Valve 101. Okay, this is one of the quest data points, but it is the number 5. Okay. Yo Shelly, I am trapped in servitor hell over here. Got in this morning, and as usual, that one half-baked chrome doll was bumping up against the locked entry door in the reservoir room, moaning about requiring entry into the totality of the facility. Between its robot voice and those weird grindly sounds its limbs make, the acoustics reminded of a track from one of the less accessible German post-punk bands. I have told them and told them. Every night the pipe network decouples so that the reservoir can refill, and every morning it has to be reset manually. All you have to do is turn the valve thingies so that the water flows directly to the pump. The rest of the servitors seem to get it, but this guy won't stop bugging out. I mean, I know we are supposed to be on-site advisor, but this is getting ridiculous. Do I have to scratch the instructions into their stupid shiny faces? Okay. There's a lot of stuff over here, but let's get back here and get this.
Can't carry more.
Do you have to always follow me around? Okay, I have to turn this and make something do something.
You got a competent mind, girl. A mind for nuance and finesse. Not I. No, indeed. Not old Gildun.
What am I supposed to do exactly?
This job demands a certain degree of patience, doesn't it? I'm afraid I inherited my mother's restlessness.
This one seems broken.
Been at this a while, girl. No room to judge, mind. I once spent half a day flummoxed by a Karja puzzle box.
Wait, the water's flowing through here.
Looks like I'm on the right track. That's not quite right. There, one step closer. Getting there. Looks like I'm on the right track. There, one step closer.
So I have to get the water over here somehow.
Getting there. Looks like I'm on the right track.
Getting
There.
the water over here is not doing anything.
Something's not right.
Yeah, this will do it.
There, that should do it. We should head back. See if that took care of the rest of the matter.
Got it working, did you? Of course you did. Never met a conundrum you couldn't unconundrum, have you?
The door's open. Guess it had sealed because of the flooding. This must go down to the lower level.
Okay.
Ugh, it stinks down here.
You smell that? Smells like a Ford side morning in the claim.
Let's remove some useless modifications. Let's get this.
Looks like that's everything. I should head back up with Gildun.
Let's get this data point. Compensatory damages.
See? Check this out! We could just bang on this pipe, you know? And... Could we sample that, or...? Totally! Like, what about after the... Oh, sorry. Just a sec. Laura? I need to take a break. Laura? Hey! Laura!
Compensatory damage. Dear nobody, I feel embarrassed now, thinking about following Laura out of the pump station like a kicked puppy, wondering what horrible thing I might have done, until she threw herself into that room and shut the door behind her and just screamed. The fear of abandonment is weirdly self-centered, because it presupposes the little old. You are filled with such immense destructive power that you are capable of driving every person you care about away. Anyway, at the bottom of the dam, with her on one side of the door and me on the other, she told me the metallurgic had brought her mom's house, a whole neighborhood in fact, out from under her to build a new server farm. Oh God, I don't even like that house, she said. I don't even like Indianapolis. I hated every minute I spent in that city as a kid. When they told us we'd have to leave the dam, I went back to my apartment and I sat on my bed and I prayed to a God that I don't even believe in, that I wouldn't have to move back home, that I wouldn't have to show up on my mom's front stoop with a suitcase and a bunch of stupid excuses. She was trying not to sound like she was crying, but she sounded like she was crying. I guess I got my stupid wish, huh? I asked her where she would go and she laughed. Where else could she go? Back home to help her mom pack up the house, to move with her into whatever dank little one-room hole metallurgic displacement grant will allow them to afford. I think I could have dealt with being one of those losers who celebrated their 40th birthday living in the house they grew up in. But now I don't even have that. I have no idea how to make her feel better, so I just sat on the other side of the door and I started singing the song we were working on, the one about being the last two girls on earth, and eventually she started singing along. Love, Shelley. Okay. Doesn't seem anything else much over here. Let's return to the control center.
Those drainage pipes lead into another room. Wonder what's in there.
Okay, there is something else over here. So let's go there and check.
So, as we circle back around to the matter of the supply room,
Okay, let's get back up. I think we have explored this place. I don't know.
I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait! Almost there! Soon I'll hold the looking glass in my hand, just like Mum and I used to.
Okay. Replace the emitter. Okay, let's check this.
The lock positions. Helpful.
What are you doing with your hands there, girl? I can't believe that worked. I thought you'd lost your mind tickling the empty air like that.
Find a power cell, talk to Gildun. Let's get his data point first.
Where is it?
Farewell to.
Where did it go?
I mean, this is it. We get to play together, what, maybe 2 more times? Nah, shells. Farewell tour! Reunion tour.
Could have sworn I saw one in here.
Fans do it all the time. For our adoring fans, it's not that hard to stay in touch, Shelley. We could practice in holospace. People always say that.
Farewell tour. Okay, dear nobody. We got in a fight, Laura and I. After practicing, we went out for drinks. There's this robber in downtown Cody, so we called an autocar and shuttled over. We were the only people there. With the park closing, Cody's becoming a ghost town. The more we drank, the more passive-aggressive our banter became. Snowballing out of control, metastasizing in the empty air between us. And then, before either of us really knew what was happening, we were yelling at each other. I kept thinking like I am not abandoning her, she is abandoning me. And I guess she was probably thinking something similar. We got quiet for a while, drank more. Eventually Laura ordered an autocar and we piled into it, slid as far from each other on the back seat as we could, arms crossed, staring out the window, and then I heard myself talking. Screw it. I don't care if you stay in touch with me. I am going to if you I am going to stay in touch with you. Whether you like it or not, you're not going to get rid of me, ever. Laura looked at me for what felt like ages. I thought she was going to start yelling. But then her hand crept over mine and we just sat together. Bottoms up. Shelly. Okay.
Can't have imagined. One doesn't imagine such things. Not two delves in a row.
Let's find this power ship.
Okay, let's fix the panel and shut this place down.
No, I can't. Must be in here.
Let's talk to Gildun.
Gildun? Everything okay?
I was so sure I saw it. The looking glass. I was so sure. Right there in the window. I was... Of course. Trick of the light. Nothing at all.
I'm sorry, Gildun. It must have meant a lot to you.
Oh, no. Much as any artifact of the old ones would mean to me, really. It's fine. I'm fine. Besides, what are the spoils compared to the delve? That's why we do it, girl. The delve, not the treasure. And what a delve it was! Ugh. By the great blazing forge, I'll never forget that. Now then, I believe we have some repairs to make.
We sure do. Replace the power cell. Okay.
Oh, that's a whole lot prettier, isn't it? What does it mean?
It means it worked.
By the forge! Ah, you are a wonder! Do you hear that often? I'll hazard a guess you do.
I've heard something like that once or twice.
Oh, she's modest now. A master of the arts of the old ones, a delver to shame the entire claim, and she wants to be modest. Ha!
It's not like I did it alone, Gildun.
No. No, I suppose not.
So what's next for you? On your way back to the claim?
And deprive the people of Song's Edge the story of this encounter? Perish the thought! I'll stay there a while longer. But a story is best told by all who encountered it. Come and lend a hand, won't you?
Overflow basin empty. Interior accessible. Minimal flood damage.
Sounds like the basin is dried out too. Maybe I'll take a look.
Another adventure so soon? Whew, you're braver than me. There was no question of that.
Go to the overflow basin. Okay. Let's check this overflow basin. Okay, exit the crate. This is somewhere else.
Water's lower. And going by that sound, I think Laolai's already at the den.
Okay, there is another ruin here. And my main quest is back there, I suppose. I will continue this, but in the next part. Okay, let's do a manual save here. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye.